So we've been thinking of slope as vertical change over horizontal change, and that's exactly what slope is. And we've been using the words rise and run. And the way we've been finding this slope is by looking at a line and finding 2 points. Let's say, in this case, 0, 0, and, I don't know, 2, 4. And then we've been finding the rise and the run by actually counting. 1, 2, 3, 4 is my rise, and 1, 2 is my run. So this would have a slope of 4 over 2, which I guess is 2. And that's fine, that works. But what if we don't have the image of the line itself? How can I get the slope then? Well, what we want to do is come up with a mathematical method of taking 2 points, like 2, 4, and 0, 0, and somehow getting the slope from them. And luckily, exactly this method exists. Now, we typically use the letter m to stand for slope, and please don't ask me why. I have no idea what m has to do with slope. But the equation, when we have 2 points, looks something like this. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And these little 2's and 1's are called subscripts. And what do they mean? Well, these 2's mean we're referring to our second point, and the 1's mean we're referring to the first point. So this would be the y-coordinate of the first point, the x-coordinate of the first point, x-coordinate of the second, and y-coordinate of the second. And I'm going to show you how I would use this equation with these points. So here, our first point was this one here. 0, 0. Though in truth, it doesn't matter which we call first and which we call second. And our second point was this one here, 2, 4. And since I said x1 was the x-coordinate of the first point, it corresponds to that 0. And y1 is the y-coordinate of the first point, corresponds to that 0. x2 is this 2, and y2 is this 4. And so to use this equation to calculate the slope, I would say m equals, well, y2, which is 4, minus y1, which is 0, over x2, which is 2, minus x1, which is 0, which is just 4 over 2, or 2. And this makes a lot of sense. The numerator up here, y2 minus y1, well, that's just the change here, the vertical change. And x2 minus x1, that's this horizontal change. So why don't you practice now? What's the slope of a line that goes through the points 3, 2 and 5, 5? Enter your answer here, numerator and denominator in these boxes.